In the pursuit of human history, we often assume that the ancient world was filled with primitive, less sophisticated cultures who had little understanding of the world beyond their immediate surroundings. But what if we've been wrong all along? What if ancient civilizations were far more advanced than we've been led to believe? This idea has become a topic of serious discussion in recent years, especially with the resurfacing of ancient maps that seem to depict a world far beyond the capabilities of their time. Among the most intriguing of these is the Piri Reis map, which suggests that early cartographers might have known the world's coastlines with an accuracy that modern historians find hard to explain. Adding to this mystery is the fascination of modern-day explorers, including Elon Musk, who has expressed interest in the idea of lost knowledge and ancient technologies. Could these maps and theories point to a long-lost civilization that once mapped the world and sailed the seas with unparalleled precision? Let's embark on a journey through time, uncovering the mysteries that might change how we view human history. The discovery of the Piri Reis map in 1513 by the Turkish admiral Piri Reis might seem like a simple historical artifact, but it's far more than that. The map is a fragment, yet it shows some startlingly accurate geographical details. It depicts parts of the world, South America, Africa, and the Arctic, that are consistent with modern maps. But what truly sets it apart is its depiction of Antarctica. More specifically, the map shows Antarctica as it was before it became encased in ice. According to modern science, Antarctica has been covered in ice for at least 12,000 years, making the idea of a map depicting it as a lush, green landmass even more perplexing. What's even more surprising is that the Piri Reis map is not an isolated example. There are other ancient maps that similarly depict Antarctica, and these maps date back to a time long before the continent's official discovery in 1819. If these ancient maps are correct, then Antarctica was once a habitable landmass, potentially home to an ancient civilization with the ability to map the world accurately even before ice began to cover the continent. This opens up an entirely new possibility. Could there have been an advanced civilization thousands of years ago that mapped the Earth and navigated the oceans with skills that we attribute only to much later cultures? Elon Musk has shown a deep interest in such theories, often questioning the conventional narratives of history. In some ways, Musk's fascination with ancient mysteries mirrors the ideas of thinkers like Graham Hancock, who argue that our understanding of history is incomplete and that many pieces of the puzzle are missing. Perhaps the maps we've been uncovering are not just fragments of ancient knowledge but crucial pieces of evidence that reveal a lost chapter of human history. To understand the implications of these ancient maps, we first need to examine humanity's history of exploration. One of the most celebrated achievements in early human navigation is the Polynesian expansion. Between 3,000 and 3,500 years ago, Polynesian navigators embarked on daring voyages across vast stretches of the Pacific Ocean. These were not simple journeys, they were extraordinary feats of seafaring. Using nothing but the stars, ocean currents, and wind patterns, the Polynesians were able to navigate their way to some of the most remote islands on Earth. Easter Island, which is about 2,000 miles from both South America and Tahiti, is a prime example of this ancient seafaring prowess. What's particularly intriguing is that these voyages were carried out without any of the modern tools we associate with navigation, such as GPS, compasses, or maps. The Polynesians were able to cross thousands of miles of open ocean to find and settle islands that were previously unknown to the outside world. This incredible feat has led some researchers to question the established timeline of human exploration. Graham Hancock, in particular, argues that the Polynesians might not have been the first to navigate the world's oceans. Instead, he suggests that there may have been earlier civilizations, possibly during the last ice age, that were capable of similar, if not more advanced, voyages. This theory is not based on speculation alone. Hancock points to genetic evidence found in South American populations that suggests contact between the Americas and other parts of the world long before Columbus or the Vikings set sail. The DNA evidence points to a global network of seafarers who might have been in contact with each other, traveling across oceans and sharing knowledge in ways that modern historians have yet to fully understand. Another element that supports the idea of ancient advanced navigation is the precision with which early mapmakers were able to depict the world. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Piri Reis map is its accurate depiction of longitudes. Calculating longitude accurately is no small feat. It requires knowing the time when you set off on a journey and comparing it to the local time at your current location. In other words, You need a reliable chronometer or clock that can keep accurate time even on the open ocean. This was a major challenge for sailors throughout history, and it wasn't until the 18th century that the first accurate marine chronometer was developed. So, how did ancient mapmakers, such as those who created the Piri Reis map, manage to include precise longitudes? According to Hancock, this is evidence that an ancient civilization had mastered the art of navigation in ways that were far ahead of their time. The fact that these early mapmakers were able to calculate longitude with such accuracy suggests that they possessed advanced technological knowledge, perhaps far beyond what we attribute to them. This raises a provocative question: what happened to this knowledge? How did it get lost, and why haven't we uncovered more about the civilization that produced these maps? Theories abound, but one possibility is that these ancient seafarers were wiped out by a global catastrophe, such as the end of the last ice age, leaving behind only scattered fragments of their knowledge. These fragments, in the form of ancient maps, might be all that remain of a lost culture capable of feats of navigation and mapping that we thought were impossible for their time. As we continue to explore the possibility of a lost civilization, one of the most intriguing pieces of evidence is the Bimini Road, a submerged structure located off the coast of the Bahamas. The Bimini Road consists of large, rectangular stones that some researchers believe could be the remnants of an ancient man-made road or pathway. While skeptics argue that the formation is simply a natural one, the stone's regular shapes and alignment have led others to suggest that it could be the remains of a civilization that once thrived in the region before sea levels rose and submerged it. What's fascinating about the Bimini Road is that it appears on ancient maps that suggest the structure was once above water. If this is true, then the Bimini Road could be part of a larger civilization that existed during a time when sea levels were much lower and coastlines were vastly different from how they appear today. This ties in with the theory that ancient mapmakers were depicting a world that no longer exists, one submerged due to rising sea levels, potentially after a global climate shift. The evidence presented by ancient maps, the Bimini Road, and the DNA found in South American populations raises profound questions about our understanding of human history. Could it be that ancient civilizations, long forgotten by mainstream history, were far more advanced than we give them credit for? Could these civilizations have mapped the world and navigated the oceans with a precision that rivals modern capabilities? These questions challenge the conventional narrative of human history. If these ancient maps are to be believed, then we must consider the possibility that there was once a global network of seafarers who explored the Earth's oceans long before the rise of modern civilization. Perhaps there was an advanced civilization that disappeared in the wake of a global catastrophe, leaving behind only scattered fragments of their knowledge, fragments that we are only now beginning to understand. As Elon Musk and Graham Hancock suggest, it's time to look beyond the accepted narrative of human history and explore the mysteries that have been hidden from us for centuries. The ancient maps, the Bimini Road, and the genetic evidence from South America all point to one conclusion: our history is far more complex and far older than we've been led to believe. Perhaps it's time to open our eyes to the lost civilizations that once mapped our world and sailed the seas, leaving behind a legacy that has yet to be fully uncovered. In the latest episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, a conversation unfolded between Elon Musk, and Graham Hancock that touched on some truly mind-bending topics about ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and the mysteries of our past. Their discussion, while exploring a host of ideas, centered particularly around ancient maps and the possibility that an advanced global civilization once existed long before our recorded history. As modern explorers, Musk and Hancock share a fascination with knowledge, be it from the past or the future, and together they pondered the question: how much have we lost from our collective history, and what could we rediscover? The concept of lost civilizations has intrigued humanity for centuries. Many cultures speak of a time before recorded history, of advanced societies whose achievements were lost to the ravages of time. This idea, rooted in human folklore, has garnered new attention in recent years with the resurgence of alternative archaeology. Musk, whose interests span from space exploration to the pursuit of sustainable energy, is also looking to the past to see if the remnants of ancient cultures might hold secrets that could benefit our future. One of the central topics in their conversation was the discovery of ancient maps suggesting that civilizations thousands of years ago had advanced knowledge of the world, perhaps even more so than we realize. The Piri Reis map, for example, is a 16th-century artifact that depicts the globe with remarkable accuracy, including details about coastlines and lands that were unknown at the time. But what really catches the eye of people like Musk and Hancock is that these ancient maps include information about Antarctica long before the continent was officially discovered in the 19th century. This raises profound questions about the knowledge of ancient cartographers. Could these maps point to a global network of ancient explorers who navigated the Earth with incredible precision? This leads to one of the most puzzling aspects of ancient maps. How did people from so long ago create such accurate representations of the world, including regions that were undiscovered at the time? Hancock's work suggests that these maps, which depict Antarctica free of ice, might hint at a civilization that existed before the end of the last ice age, possibly around 12,000 years ago. Such a civilization, he argues, could have been highly advanced, utilizing technologies and scientific methods that allowed them to map the globe with astonishing accuracy, even though they lived in an era we typically associate with primitive societies. In fact, many of these ancient maps exhibit a level of sophistication that challenges our understanding of ancient peoples. For example, measuring longitude requires precise timekeeping, which wasn't made possible until the invention of the chronometer in the 18th century. How could ancient civilizations, without such tools, have calculated longitudes with such accuracy? Hancock suggests the possibility of lost knowledge, a kind of ancient science that remains to be rediscovered. For Musk, this discussion isn't just a historical curiosity, it's a question of lost knowledge. Known for his groundbreaking work with Tesla and SpaceX, Musk is a firm believer in pushing humanity beyond the boundaries of what is currently known, from colonizing Mars to creating a sustainable future on Earth. He also recognizes that progress is often built on the foundations of the past. If a civilization in the distant past possessed technologies or knowledge that has since been lost, why not search for it? What if these ancient discoveries could help solve some of the pressing challenges we face today? One particularly compelling aspect of this conversation is the idea that ancient civilizations might have understood concepts that we are only now rediscovering, such as sustainable energy, advanced transportation, or even medicine. Musk's interest in these maps and ancient knowledge goes beyond mere academic curiosity. He views them as a potential gateway to the future. He believes that rediscovering lost technologies could have practical applications, helping humanity address challenges like climate change, resource scarcity, and even the colonization of space. The notion that ancient peoples might have had advanced navigational tools or an understanding of energy systems we have yet to fully grasp is not far-fetched. In fact, it's a logical extension of Musk's perspective on human history. He acknowledges that technological progress doesn't always follow a straight line. Instead, the cyclical nature of civilizations suggests that technologies may rise, fall, and later be rediscovered. For Musk, the past could hold insights into solutions that modern science has yet to uncover. Musk and Hancock also delved into the potential of archaeological discoveries to shed light on lost civilizations. In recent years, underwater archaeology has become an increasingly important field. Many ancient sites, cities, and even entire civilizations may now lie submerged beneath the oceans due to rising sea levels since the end of the last ice age. This raises the intriguing possibility that we may discover cities, monuments, and structures hidden deep underwater, offering a glimpse into the advanced civilizations that once thrived on Earth. That could challenge our understanding of the past. The ocean, which covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface, remains vastly unexplored, particularly in areas that were once habitable during lower sea levels. Hancock often emphasizes that we barely scratched the surface in terms of exploring the deep sea, and it's possible that some of the most significant archaeological discoveries await us there. The Bimini Road, for example, is an underwater structure in the Bahamas that some believe to be the remnants of an ancient civilization's port or road system. While mainstream archaeology often dismisses such theories, Musk's open-mindedness suggests that there might be more to discover beneath the waves. Another fascinating aspect of the conversation between Musk and Hancock involves the mysterious continent of Antarctica. For centuries, Antarctica was a blank spot on maps, and even today, much of it remains unexplored due to its harsh conditions and thick ice cover. Musk, however, sees Antarctica as a key area of interest. The idea that remnants of an ancient civilization might lie frozen beneath the ice, preserved for thousands of years, is an exciting prospect. Some researchers speculate that undiscovered lakes, rivers, or even ruins could be hidden beneath Antarctica's ice. Musk's enthusiasm for this idea aligns with his broader interest in space exploration. He views Antarctica as another frontier, much like Mars, waiting to be explored. If evidence of ancient civilizations is hidden beneath Antarctica's ice, the implications for human history would be profound. Such a discovery could rewrite the history of civilization and provide insights into the technologies and scientific knowledge these ancient peoples possessed. These findings could potentially open up entirely new fields of research, from energy to engineering. Ultimately, the conversation between Musk, Hancock, and Rogan isn't just about uncovering the past, it's about charting a path to the future. Musk's interest in ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and forgotten technologies stems from a belief that the secrets of the past can help solve the challenges of the future. From sustainable energy solutions to interplanetary travel, the knowledge buried in ancient maps and submerged cities might hold the keys to breakthroughs in science and technology. For Musk, the future of exploration isn't only about reaching new planets, it's about understanding our own planet more deeply. The mysteries of the past aren't irrelevant, they are stepping stones for humanity's future. By exploring lost civilizations, Musk believes we can uncover technologies and insights that could help humanity thrive in the coming centuries. As Musk continues to push the boundaries of space exploration, electric vehicles, and AI, his fascination with the past serves as a reminder: exploration isn't only about moving forward. Sometimes, it's about looking back, asking questions, and seeking lost knowledge that could propel humanity to even greater heights.